Welcome back, viewers. We really appreciate you being here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss anything exciting. Okay, this video is going to be on the 6F50, 6F55, 6T70, and 6T75. Yes, they are all the same transmission. And yes, some of those designations are GM and some are Ford, because it's like the Taurus and a whole bunch of other cars. Now, this comes from a question from Wilney Williams on one of my other transmission videos. Oops, sorry about the focus. And they were asking about if I had a teardown video on this or a diagram, because they can't find either one. Now, I do have a diagram here, as you can see. But what you really need is one of the ATSG manuals that I use. Now, if you look online, the first thing you're going to find is these manuals here from Ford, which are a little over $100, and they are good manuals. But the ones I use, because you know it's geared towards just transmission stuff alone, is from ATSG, and that is Automotive Transmission Service Group. They've been making these repair manuals for even before I started building transmissions, which is in 1991. So I've been using these manuals for over 30 years. And you can see it's considerably cheaper, and it's not because it's not as good a manual. It's actually a better manual, in my opinion, in some ways. More practical for actually building the transmissions in an aftermarket situation. So I like them, and I think you'll like them too. I will be putting a link in the description for this, because it's absolute must if you're going to go into the transmission. But before you do, be aware there are several bulletins and a lot of information out there on some of the speed sensors and stuff that are bad and what kind of symptoms they cause. And you do need to make sure that all that is corrected before you go tearing into the transmission, because, I mean, you don't want to get in there and not find any damage and then find out later that you could have spent $100 on a sensor. I'm assuming you've already checked all that and you've done your research, and the reason you're looking at this video is because you are having to go into the transmission. A few more must-haves besides the manual. You're going to at least need a nice big super kit, which Ray Bestis has a really good one. And I mean, for less than $500, that is just amazing of what all you get from Ray Bestis for this unit. And that will get you started, but you're going to have to do something with all the problems that are in the valve body. And for that, the best thing you could possibly have is the Sonex kit. Sonex is the world leader in a lot of this problem solving with valve bodies. And right up there with Sonex is Transgo. I've used a bunch of Transgo kits, and Transgo has right now what they call a pressure repair kit. It's actually for repairing your pressure switch, so that you don't have to replace the pressure switch and you're not tempted to try to reuse it. And man, it's so cheap, you'd be foolish not to get it. Same thing with the Sonex thing, that, you know, their repair kit for $142 to replace to fix a $1,000 valve body instead of you having to do that. Altogether, it's still going to cost you $500 or $600 for necessities to get started on this unit, which is a far cry less than $5,000 or $6,000 to pay somebody else to do it. Another look at my parts book over here, so in case you need to see this. Because this right here is not always in the ATSG manual. A good blow up picture of all the internal components and in the order in which they come out. I mean, you'll notice it's all in order. So hopefully this video helps you out. And if you have suggestions for any other videos or any questions about this unit or any other units, then put them in the comments below. Like I said, I will be putting links to everything in the description to help you find the stuff. And it also helps me out too. I do get a commission, but you don't pay any more than you would if you just go get it yourself. Till the next video, get off the couch and get dirty. Okay guys, before you go, just one word of caution. Anything you want to do that you see in my videos or hear in my videos, do at your own risk. You could make things worse, or you could end up burnt, bruised, or bleeding. After doing thousands, possibly tens of thousands of cars and passing over 50 certification tests, I still screw things up and I still get burnt, bruised, or bleeding. Heck, you could even wake up in the hospital one day or not wake up at all. So be careful, and remember, the most careful and painless way to fix your car is to pay somebody else to do it.